Now, Fawaz Gerges is a professor of international relations at the London School of Economics, joining us live from London. Always good to see you, Fawaz. I'm wondering now, you have all these countries recognizing the state of Palestine. Who would govern a state of Palestine? Who's going to be in charge of that state of Palestine?
Well, thanks for having me. First of all, it's not my decision and your decision. It's not the decision of Canada or France or anyone. It's the decision of the Palestinian people. The Palestinian peoples will basically go to the polls, I hope, and make their voice very clear and elect a government that takes into account the suffering and the loss and the tragedy of the Palestinians.
But who can they choose from? Are there any individuals that you think might actually be able to take up this job?
Of course. Think about it. You have almost 8,000 Palestinian political prisoners in Israel. You have some great Palestinian activists who have been imprisoned by Israel, and they symbolize a great deal for the Palestinians. What I'm trying to say is that at the end of the day, the decision must be left to the Palestinians themselves to decide about what kind of government, what kind of direction, what kind of system they would like to establish. I think the challenge facing the international community is to allow the Palestinians self-determination. The challenge facing the international community is to exert pressure on Israel to end its military occupation, Palestinian lands. The challenge facing the international community is to force Israel, as the International Court of Justice has made it very clear, its basically occupation of Palestinian lands is illegal, and Israel is required by the International Court of Justice to pay compensation for the Palestinians. But at the end, before we talk about what kind of government, what kind of system, what kind of basically political style that the Palestinian will establish, you have to end Israeli military occupation. You have to allow the Palestinian self-determination. This is the most fundamental right that the Palestinians basically have been denied since 1948.
Of course, but at the end of the road here is this two-state solution that you have all these countries now recognizing a Palestinian state. Let me just give you a name here. Marwan Barghouti. Is that someone who could unite the Palestinians after years of political and geographical division and separation?
Many Palestinians look at Marwan Barghouti as an iconic leader. Look at Marwan Barghouti as the only leader who can unite the Palestinians in East Jerusalem, the West Bank, and Gaza. He's a unifying figure. He's iconic. He's a person who can be trusted by the Palestinians. The surveys that we have seen so far tell me that Marwan Barghouti could be really what I call the Nelson Mandela of the Palestinian people. And he has spent years in Israeli prisons. At the end of the day, I go back to the question always is that, what kind of a government that the Palestinians will establish. But how can we talk about what kind of government where Israel occupies all the Palestinian lands, where Israel has almost 800,000 settlers in occupied East Jerusalem and the West Bank, when Israel is trying to ethnic cleanse Gaza, where the United States fully sides with Israel with its unwavering support. So make no doubts about it. The Palestinians have great leaders who could stand up. And sadly and tragically, I would argue both the Palestinian Authority and Hamas have failed the Palestinian people. They have failed the Palestinian people because they have allowed their sectarian interest to override the interests of the Palestinian people. If you tell me now the Palestinian people are leaderless, they are crying for a unifying leadership, a leadership that really appreciates the significant moment, a moment that basically is more horrible than the first Nakba, the catastrophe in 1947, 1948, because what has happened in Gaza, what Israel has done in Gaza in the past 2 years, is a greater Nakba catastrophe, as many Palestinians see and believe.
All right. Fawaz Gerges, always good to see you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.